Ken Trahan with Lenny Vangilder. It's our first NBC weekend preview as we get ready for another football weekend. And obviously, big story from this past week, finally, real officials officiating real games, and we'll get real calls as a result.
Let's hope. I mean, let's put it this way. A lot has been made about what these replacement officials have done the last 3 weeks, and obviously capped off by the unfortunate call at the end of Monday night's game between Green Bay and Seattle. But let's not forget that the real officials are human. People have forgotten about the fact, perhaps, Ed Hockley blew a game for the Denver Broncos against San Diego a few years ago. With a horrible call on it was a lateral or forward pass, whatever it was, botched the call and, ended up, costing a team a game. So it can happen. It should happen a lot less. I think you'll see the mechanics of the game operated a lot better. I think you'll see games flow a lot better. As a result, you won't have the stoppages and discussions and that sort of thing. But, it is obviously a better situation.
Okay, we'll talk about the Saints and the Packers coming up. But first, high school football, and a lot of good games this weekend. Maybe an intriguing matchup more than any other is Newman and Carver. Two very talented quarterbacks, and Tyler and Lewis, and some very good skilled players around them. This could be one of those very high-scoring adding machine type of games. And, of course, WHNO, we've got John Curtis, the number one team in the nation, against Riverside on our airspace.
Right, Saturday morning, 9 o'clock, aired on tape delay. It's played Friday night. You can watch it Saturday morning, a little breakfast and football before you get into the main course on the college schedule. And, oh, by the way, we've got a live game Saturday afternoon for you. Surprising Southeastern Lions heading over to Beaumont to take on Lamar. Southeastern coming off a huge win over McNeese last Saturday.
Yeah, that's a statement win, and we were talking about it earlier this week, and that's an outstanding win for Southeastern because McNeese State is a quality program and good news indeed. Tulane, of course, trying to find its way, and now they're down to their third quarterback, and there's some interesting thoughts about that.
Yeah, DJ Ponder's going to get the start on Saturday. Both Ryan Griffin, Devin Powell are out for Saturday. Griffin's shoulder not ready. Powell has a toe injury that happened late in the game against Ole Miss. So now DJ Ponder, who a month ago was playing minor league baseball in an independent league, is going to be starting for the Green Wave.
Crazy stuff. And they've got Louisiana Monroe, who's a pretty good team and a prohibitive favorite in this game.
Yeah, and I mean, the next 2 weeks they've got Monroe and then they've got Louisiana Lafayette. And, what you're dealing with there is you've got two schools who have for a long, long time, and you can throw Louisiana Tech in that mix as well, have felt like they've been treated like third-class citizens, so to speak. LSU's the big dog in the state, and for a long time, the public perception has been Tulane's that next notch, and then everybody else is below that. But right now, based on what we've seen on the field in the first month of the season, Tulane's at the bottom, and you got Monroe, Lafayette, and Tech all having outstanding seasons. All may be going bowling come December.
LSU with another scrimmage, basically, Towson this time around, and we won't really learn anything. My guess is people will get a chance to play, and they'll try to make sure they're healthy for the following week when they play a real game again.
Well, what can I tell you about Towson? Other that's Jermon Bushride's alma mater. Unfortunately, he'll be on his way to Wisconsin. Won't be able to get to see his team play Saturday night in Tiger Stadium.
Yep, Tigers ranked third in the nation, and as long as they win substantially, they'll probably stay there heading into a showdown with Florida, and then the meat of the schedule to follow. And then, of course, the Saints and the Packers Sunday afternoon from Lambeau Field. Could not have worked out worse for the Saints. The Packers are furious after having a game stolen from them. They're at home at Lambeau Field. Their defense is highly ranked. Their offense needs to kickstart themselves and get going, and they're facing a defense in which they will get kickstarted and going against.
Defense has got to play much better for the Saints, and that is clearly the one area. Yeah, the offense struggled down the stretch in Sunday's game against the Chiefs, but the defense has been, the one spot of inconsistency through the first 3 games of the season. And if you're going to turn this thing around, I think it has to start on the defensive side of the football.
If you're going to help your defense, you need to possess the ball, and the Saints have not done that this year, which is something they did very well last year. Clearly, give the opponent fewer at-bats, less time, and your defense will fare better.
Well, I think you bring up a good point, and that comes down to the running game. And I think the Saints they ran the ball very well against Carolina, did not run the ball very well in the 2 home games, and I think that's a great way to, you possess the ball, you eat up clock. That's a great way to take the crowd out of a game in a place that, obviously, a stadium where the Packers have a huge home field advantage, and that would be something I would think would be part of the game plan this week. Aaron Cromer and staff, interesting strategy so far this week. They've taken the shoulder pads off of their players. They've gone outside, obviously, to get on the grass, knowing that they're going to play on a grass field on Sunday, but trying to speed things up for them a little bit and, maybe make things go a little bit faster with the lighter gear on in anticipation of Sunday.
Don't forget our sports block, Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. And, of course, we got Sports NOLA TV Monday at 6, Prep Recruiting Insider Wednesday at 6. So much to watch here on WHNO Television via SportsNOLA.com. And our thanks to First NBC for their continuing support of SportsNOLA.com. Branches all over the metropolitan area, 30 of those. Find one. They'll take care of you like they take care of us. First NBC Bank. Lenny, as always, a pleasure. Have a great weekend.
We'll see you Monday.
All right. For Lenny, I'm Kenny, and God bless you one and all. Talk to you next week.